and welcome to Thav Exclusive. I'm your host, Natasha Brown, and on this episode, we'll be speaking with the president of Worital Publishing. He's also known as the celebrity publisher. I don't know why that is, but you'll find out if you stay tuned during this whole interview. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere, and yeah. All right, so His Royal Highness, let me start with that. The celebrity publisher,
Thank you so much.
Mr. Fola Folagbade.
Thank
I
you for
pronounced
having
it
me.
nice.
Yeah, you
I must
did.
have some Yoruba in me somewhere.
I don't. Yeah. You did.
Maybe I should call
Yeah.
myself what?
You are
What are
Nigerian,
the
so
Yoruba
and
names there?
you said what?
The Yoruba names there, maybe like a BC will work for me.
Okay, you want me to give you a name right
Yeah,
now?
yeah, like right now.
Busy is nice actually because you had like one. Busy, I'm in my head now. I'm saying so a busy that is.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I think busy
Well,
is nice. Yeah.
I will probably adopt that. Okay, so let's just get right into it. Celebrity publisher. Why that? What's that about?
Okay. I actually didn't give myself that name,
Okay.
so I think it came from the resort or how we work with authors. A couple of our authors, came up with the name. So that okay, you were so keen about making your authors popular, because I so much believe in three things. In what I do. I want authors to be popular. I want them to be famous. I want them to make more impact, and I want them to make money. Right? Yeah. So it came from that okay, you are always trying to project these authors. You want them to be famous, right? Yeah. So you are celebrity publisher. Publishing
Right.
for celebrities,
You
right?
make
Yeah.
people famous.
You make people
I
famous. Yeah.
better come work with you real quick.
Yeah. You should. You should.
Okay, so Worital Publishing.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that. What are you into and all of that? I know publishing, but I mean the whole story behind it.
Okay, yeah, World is Publishing. We are here to change the game, and we are already, on that journey of changing how, publishing is being done in this part of the world, Nigeria, Africa, right? We understand that we have great content, messages, stories, right? Yeah. But we are here to present these messages to the world in a better way, Yeah. So we call ourselves a branding, book branding company, that is we are known for how we present our message, to the world, right here. So that's what we do basically. We are into publishing, but not the way publishing
The
used to be.
traditional type of
Yeah,
publishing.
yeah. We are here to tell you that okay, writing and publishing books shouldn't be boring, and again, it should be presented well. I always say this that okay, you can present to me a sweet wine, no matter how sweet it is, in a dirty cup. I won't take it.
Right.
So no matter how great our messages are, right, no matter how interesting the content is, if you don't present it well, you will not get the results
So the
you desire.
container matters.
So the container matters as much as the content. The content, of course, the wine should be sweet, right? Yeah, but you have to present it in a good, cup for me to take
Even
it.
appreciate it the
To
more,
appreciate
or even be interested.
To be interested in the
trying
first place.
what's
Do you get
in
it
the
right?
book.
Yeah. So I want to know what the content is if you don't present it well. And that's where Worital comes in to put a balance to, the presentation and also the container, so that the audience we are trying to get the message, can appreciate the message we are passing to them.
And it's beautiful to even note that Worital Publishing is only 3 years on.
Yes, we're
And
three.
you're doing so phenomenally well. I mean, it's the number one right now, like in Nigeria. Almost everybody wants to be affiliated with your company.
With Worital, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We are 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. We'll be 4 this year, but yeah, as we speak, we're 3 years.
Concretely
Yeah,
3 years.
with 3
But
years.
why
Yeah.
publishing though? Like, was that a passion or it just happened onto you along the way?
Okay, publishing. Why publishing? That's a big question, but of course, let me break it down. Even though I have it in one of my books, I have always been a big fan of reading books. Right? Yeah, and reading books for me, while growing up, and you will also attest to it that most of us, we didn't see Nigerian books. I'm talking about non-fiction now, right? Yeah, in business. Like when I was starting our business, you can hardly point to Nigerian written business books that you can read. Yeah, we have novels, we have all of that, right? Yeah. So it started from there. I was always consuming foreign books, but at some point, I started seeing few Niger books. I'm not talking about stories now, right? I'm talking about non-fiction books, right? So, but then when you will now pick up in Nigeria published books and then the foreign books, you can easily tell the difference, right? That this book is made in Nigeria, and this book is made in foreign. So I wanted to put a balance to it. That okay, if you publish a book here in Nigeria and you get to hold it in UK, US, you won't even know the difference, right? Talking about the content, talking about the design, talking about the printing. All right, so I saw that gap and I felt like, okay, I don't have to complain when I can solve it, right? So I decided that, okay, fine, let's start a publishing company that will be different from what we used to, know, here in Nigeria, whereby the content is being attended to, the design, the presentation is being attended to, and that we also make this book available in the right places. Yeah, so that's why I started Worital.
Definitely, that's such an interesting aspect that you looked into, because I think that prior to now,
Yeah.
prior to the millennial generation, they never really looked into the whole packaging or the branding. It was mostly, I'm a good writer, here's a book, read, you should like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, the books were not bad content-wise.
Content-wise.
Like you read it and you're like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
But the graphics, not just
Not there.
welcoming, and all of that. So I liked that was the angle you were especially coming from, like
Yeah.
with Worital,
Yeah.
publishing. So it brings me to this question, branding and content.
Yeah.
There's this belief that, people are like, so you brand a whole lot, so you look really nice and it appears really nice, but the content is like
It's
totally not good, it's on a negative.
Yeah.
So when it comes to you as a president of a publishing company, how would you rate the importance of branding and content? Between 1 to 10, which comes up higher, or is it a 50-50?
Okay, so I would say 50-50. Yeah, 50-50. And I always tell people that we are not God. It's only God that sees the inside. God will say, I look inward, right? Yeah. But as human, and you're selling the books to human, right? So you need to also pay attention to, the container so that it's attractive, to the people you want to, sell it to. So I would say 50-50. And again, that's, like you said, a lot of people pay attention to the branding part and then forget that the content is important. It's the same thing with business. You can do all the adverts to attract people, but for you to retain people, you have to give them your content. That's what you promise, right? Yeah. So this is the same thing with books. So if you brand and do everything and you push, you have people buy these books and there's no good content, it's not rich, then your second book will not go again, it won't be accepted. And again, about books,
So
people
might just be like a one goal lucky
one
person.
goal, and you may not even be lucky because people talk. They discuss customers. They don't discuss or good thing in isolation. They don't discuss bad thing in isolation. They talk to their friends, right? Yeah. So when you attract them with your marketing, your presentation, and the content, the content itself is not rich enough, it's going to fire back. It's going to get back at you because they will talk about it. They would write reviews about it, right? And then they would tell their friends about it. And again, you want to write another book, they won't go for it again. So it's 50-50. Your contents must be good, and the container must also be excellent so that you can attract the right people. Yeah.
Right, excellently well said. Because I remember, recently as well, not too recent, but there's this book I stumbled upon. It's not Nigerian, but I think you probably have come about it as well. The subtle art of not giving, that's a cuss word at the end.
Okay. No.
But
I've not given the F word, right?
yes. So once you see that book,
Yeah.
the audacity of
Yeah.
the title just
Yeah.
slaps you in the
Yeah.
face. Like,
Yeah.
how dare you? You know, but then it also picks your mind. Like, I really want to know what
You're
this guy
curious.
was thinking
Yeah.
about. Like, I'm curious. So, and then it's an orange cover as
Yeah.
well. So when you talked about branding, I'm like, some people are getting this right. And then
Yeah.
you talked about one of the authors, you know, that you worked with, who published the book, and he said, your book will sell.
Yes, Emeka Novis, your book will sell. Yeah. You know,
Oh,
the book, from the title, you will just know that, okay, fine. Oh, as an author, upcoming author, I need this book. Your book will sell. He's already telling you that if you get this book and read it, your book must sell. Right? Yeah. So starting from the title, the presentation, look at this book you mentioned now. If you look at the design, it's calling you.
it's shouty, it's out there.
Exactly. And these days that we have thousands of books coming out, your book must stand out on the bookshelf. Do you understand? Right? If I get into a bookstore and I'm seeing thousands of books, your book must call me. We are too busy. You need to find a way of getting people attention. Right? You get the attention with the title, we get the attention with the design. You understand, right? Yeah. So it's important. Branding and presentation is important in this age and time.
Especially when you know your target audience and who you're trying to
Exactly.
sell to.
Exactly.
Right.
And the truth is, even target audience or not, everybody like good things. Everybody likes to, even if they don't have the money, they still appreciate good things when they see it. Everybody. So you may hardly get it wrong if you present it well, especially if your content is rich, and all. Right? Yeah. So
There's the thought, and I know it's not just the thought, that branding is expensive. Actually, going through the whole process of packaging and getting the right wordings and the graphics design and all that, it's quite expensive for an upcomer
yeah.
who doesn't necessarily have access to much funds. So how does one actually go about it? You know that your content is great,
Yeah.
but when it comes to the back cover, the cover of the book, the way that the words are engrafted and all that,
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God, I don't have enough money to do that. But yet your content is great. So how does one go on about that?
Okay. There are different ways to go about that, right? Your content is good. You spent years, a lot of, oftentimes some people would have spent years, getting the content well done, right? Yeah. And then they now want to publish. They now feel that, okay, I don't have much money. I can do it shabbily. It's not a good route, honestly. And like you said, branding is expensive. Yes, it is. Anything good will come with, some form of
Expenses
yeah,
above
yeah.
average.
You are expensive. So that's branding. So I think, and the word branding, sometimes we want to see it as a big name or something. It's just a way of saying that what you want to present, make sure you present it well.
The outlook.
Yeah. So if you think you can afford a big publishing house that, like ours, you can afford us actually. You can. Yeah. So, but then you can find a way around it. Just make sure that the design is done perfectly, the editing is done perfectly. I'm yet to see a selling book that the editing was not done well. Do you understand? So make sure you use a professional. You can use your network if you have network of people that can get this thing done for you. But don't just do it sharply. Respect your audience. The people you're presenting this
Trying to
thing
sell
to.
this to.
You understand, right? Yeah. You spent years writing this book. And always remember that books, their legacy, right? They will live after you. So you also want to work with that consciousness that, okay, fine.
That you leave the right impression.
You understand, for a long time.
Prosperity.
Exactly. So put that, and don't just see it as one of those things that I just do, and when I'm done, it's over. Understand that this thing will last. Even, will still be here when you're not here. So just give it your best. At any level you are, you would find a way around it if your mind is set at giving the best. Do you understand, right? And of course, we also have a way of encouraging, writers.
I was even going to come to that. I was going to ask that
Okay,
because,
maybe I
you
should
know,
hold on till
no,
you
no, no,
ask
it's
that.
fine because it means that we're in sync. Because I know that I've met a number of writers who, like, you read their manuscript and you know that this is quite exceptional,
Okay.
you know. But the grants, the how, which publishing house do I go to for me to do this? I need to have certain capacity in terms of funding, in terms of finances, and all that. And you literally told me you also had, you know, something that you were doing, you know, in regards to that for
Yeah,
authors and yeah.
for young authors, right, or writers, or someone that is interested in becoming an author. We have this competition, yearly competition, writing competition, whereby we are able to, um, sponsor the publishing. You're getting, aside even the publishing, you're getting cash present. You're getting, you're getting on national newspaper because we're going to get them featured on national over 15 newspapers. The top newspapers are going to be there. So you're getting the exposure. Yeah, you're getting the exposure as well, right? Yeah. So a number of things that comes with that. It's a online writing,
What's it called?
competition. We call it Chinosa Favor and Worital, our brand ambassador and us. We're doing it together on this, and then it's going to be open for submission in the next 14 days, whereby you are going to be able to write on a particular topic. Right, it's already people already writing, but the submission is going to be open in the next 14 days. And then at the end of the day, we're going to pick the best in fiction, in non-fiction, and poetry. These three people will be getting a publishing deal with Worital. Their book will be published.
Okay,
You
so
know,
what's the criteria you look out for? Like, what will give you the winning, you know, the winning candle award or access? You know, what's the criteria you
the first
specifically
thing
look out
is
for?
to get on the website to read the
Instructions.
instructions. Follow it first. But other things will be that write from your heart, like don't
An original,
and be original about
authentic.
it. Be authentic, right here. So write, because the judges are experts, professional. Like these are guys that are, you know, okay. So one of our judges, Emeka Nobis, has written over 13 books, doing greatly, and has worked with a number of authors, right here. So we have another is Batch, with great portfolio as well. That's the one heading the poetry, aspect, right? Yeah. So we have those guys that are expert, and then they will know. Even if you use AI, they will know.
I was gonna
Yeah,
come to that.
yeah.
I
We
was
will
gonna
know.
come
We
to
have all
that.
these things in place because it has to be authentic. It has to be original, right? Yeah. So that will give you the upper hand. And the last edition had over 700 submission. So this year we're going bigger. So we're expecting nothing less than 2,000 submission, right? Yeah. So it's going to be competitive, but at the end of the day, three people will win.
Emerge as
Yeah,
winners.
yeah. And even the top 20 people, we're going to have them all their what they've written for the competition. We're going to publish that as a book as well. Yeah. So they're going to get exposure, exactly, and things like that. Yeah.
Really,
So.
really interesting. Please, for more of this interview, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the short break.
Hey there! Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Thav Media give life to your dreams. Thav Media, a slice of infotainment.
Welcome back. Okay, before we went on that short break,
Yeah.
we were talking about the competition, that you had coming up, but there's still the avenue of, this whole AI pandemic we have right now, if
Sure.
I'm to call it that. So literally, people are saying that people are not trying to be authentic anymore, are not trying to
Yeah.
have original thoughts, especially when it comes to writers and
Yeah.
all of that. So how are you going to be able to identify which writing is authentic and which is AI oriented?
Okay. We have a system in place. Aside the fact that we're going to be reading, and this our readers are experts already. We are able to connect with the story, and the title, the theme of the this year competition was carefully picked, right? So we will know from that. But even aside that, we have machines to also detect. That okay, fine. This was written by human, or this was written by AI. Okay, so you won't do yourself any good if you decide to write using AI. We will dictate. We will know. We will
I hope
definitely know.
participants are watching so that they can actually be able to know that you are able
Yes,
to
yes, we
detect,
will. We will
because
know.
people think that you're not able to.
Okay,
So
you can give us a
it,
try.
it, it brings us to this question. One of the biggest challenges we have with publishing and writing and even all the creative works in Nigeria is piracy.
Yeah,
It's being fought, but the battle has not yet been won. I
yeah,
mean, we're not even 50% there. I mean, look at movies.
yeah,
The piracy is there. I mean, you told me, behind the scene, about the Telegram group, where these people just have access to new movies
yeah.
as they come in, cinema movies. You can just download it. So we have all these issues happening, and even books have the biggest hit when it comes to piracy.
Yeah.
How does Worital attack this whole
Okay.
challenge?
Okay, so what we do as Worital is self-publishing and hybrid. We don't practice traditional publishing. So what that means is the author, they are sponsoring the project. Okay? And so we are only in that place to advise. So, and the advice we always give is don't sell your book on some platforms, platforms that would not, that are not secured, right? And again, we always tell people that you don't have to sell. If you must sell it as ebook, don't sell as PDF at all. Okay, don't sell as PDF, because once you sell your book as PDF, you are already giving them permission. You understand? You are giving them the resources, at least 70%,
To be
to
able to
do, to be
download,
able to
share it,
do,
it
to share
becomes
it on
very shareable.
WhatsApp or whatsoever. So a lot of authors, make that mistake. Once you open it that way, you already giving them access, to it. Then, if you must sell it as ebook, there are platforms that are safe. Amazon Kindle is safe. So those platforms you were not able to, they are not able to download, they're not able to screenshot, they're not able to screen record, they're not able to, even if they now find a way of hacking into the system and download the book, in some cases it won't come as text, it will come as code. And even if it comes as text, it's going to come as a Microsoft Word text. That means they need to do extra work to make it presentable as maybe a PDF or whatsoever, and so it won't be the original work somehow, right? But when you release it out as PDF, you're already giving them, access. They
Quick
can,
access,
quick,
easy access to be able to,
they can just print it. They can print it immediately. They can send it on WhatsApp. They can send it anywhere. It's so straightforward that way. So we always encourage people, if you must sell as ebook, be careful of where you sell it. Don't just make it open to people, and because they were Nigerians. They will even do it with notes, cute or anything. They just share it.
It's so funny, like we're talking about this, because I remember one case in point that happened. Colonel Folaya, I can't remember the particular movie. I don't know if it was October 1st or which one that he put out. And so it was out on, I think, Netflix. And on Netflix, it had a subtitle. I think it had a subtitle, yes, on Netflix. But someone on Twitter went to him, his commentary, his timeline, and tweeted at him to say, your movie is good, but for non-Yorubas, we can't understand it because there's no subtitle. And Kunle Afolaya insulted him in Yoruba from start to finish. He typed it. And he literally, so people people got enraged, like, why would you do that? He just simply asked the question, why are you insulting him so much? And when he had his interview, he said, it's because this person went to download a pirated copy. That's why he didn't know that there was a subtitle.
Exactly.
If you actually went to Netflix to watch it, you'd know that there's a subtitle.
Exactly.
You know, so he was really hot about it, and he really talked about how a lot of Nigerians are not willing to go through the due process of appreciating people's hard work.
Exactly.
You just want to cut corners, like
Yeah.
spend your data, you know,
Yeah.
do the needful, but no,
Yeah.
you just want to go around the corner and. So
It's a big thing
It's a
in the
big issue.
creative industry, right? It's a big deal because people don't even do it with any.
form of remorse or. No,
In
they
short,
feel
it's as
they're
if they are
right.
doing the right thing.
Am I saying?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, that's someone's hard work. You're just benefiting off.
The other day, a lady shared on Facebook how she released a book free. So she felt like because it's free, they can download it as PDF. And someone else picked that book, right? That was free, printed it.
I started saying, don't tell me that.
I'm telling the same book, the same cover. The only thing is it just changes the lady's name, so his name.
What?
And printed it, did flyer for a launch day. Nothing different, as in the same title, everything with the same book. She released it as free. The guy went on the platform, she released it as free, and now did his own, the same thing, as paid.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Wow.
So the guy got the book free and decided to say, okay, this is good. This can be, I can sell this. And he didn't even feel like he was advertising the physical launch.
And I hope something was actually done.
Yeah.
I hope he was
Yeah.
apprehended. I hope
Yeah, he
faced
was.
the full
He
wrath
was.
of the law.
He was.
Because that is
A
so
lawyer had to come
So
in
hard.
and all of those things that period. Yeah. But you could save yourself all the stress if you do the right thing.
It brings me even to the part where you said, you have a product that you're launching, that you're going to be launching soon, which will even cater to all of this. And
Yes. So by October, we are launching a platform that will be the first, in short, in the world that I know of, where you are able to access a book as ebook, audiobook, and print. So, for instance, now your book that is coming out, if I prefer audio, right, I can decide to buy the book as audio on the platform. If I prefer print book, I can order for the same book as print, and it will be shipped down to my doorstep. Then, if I prefer reading as ebook, I'm able to also buy there, and it's secured. People would not even be able to screenshot. They won't be able to download. They
That is
won't be able,
interesting.
they won't be able to access the product outside the app. Okay, so it's an app that you can download on your phone and maybe laptop or something. So we decided not to make it open to make it available as a web version, because once it's available as a web, it's easier for these guys to manipulate it and all. So it's just going to be for your gadgets. You have to download the app to access the content on the app. Yes, we're launching by October, when the company will be 4 years. So we're launching it with the anniversary. Yeah.
A big way to usher in your 4 years
Yeah.
anniversary, and
Yeah.
you said it's going to be promoting Africanness. That's a primary core.
Exactly. That's the primary core of the platform. So we want to take our message to the world. That's the idea of the platform. And by in the course of doing that, we're also protecting our message and heritage, as we are, taking it to the world. Yeah. So that's the idea. So the books there would be African,
Published. African authors.
African authors. Yeah. It's a
telling our
marketplace.
stories,
Yeah. Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really interesting. Now, it brings me to definitely your area, the creative writing industry. What do you really think about it right now, presently, and what do you postulate, like, say, in the next 5 years to come, where we're going to be,
Okay.
and where are we right now?
Okay, where we are right now is where our music used to be years ago. You would remember when we were so used to listening to Usher.
Usher, Beyonce, you name them.
That's what we had, on our playlist then. But now, many of us, we are proud of what our our artists are doing the Rema and other guys, they are on another level, globally, right? That's where I see our authors going. Yes, we have, we have some already, but we can do more like the likes of Wale Soyinka and the rest, right? But we need more of people like
In
that,
that space, like the
yeah.
Chimamandas.
Exactly. We need more. We need thousands, and that's where we're already taking over. In the other creative industry, like the movies, like the music. Our comedies. They're doing very well. So the next in line is the writing. And publishing, and we are almost there. So in the next 5 years, believe me, our books will be on, New York Times. Someone will be proud to be an author.
And Worital
Yeah,
will be at the forefront of it, yes? Publishing,
that's the thing.
celebrity style.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So I look forward to a day that being an author, can automatically, you can become a brand ambassador. We already have one happening, Emeka Nobis, our author, is already on Billboard, So being an author, that's what is happening with our comedians. You see them, skits and all of that. Before you know, they are on Billboard. Brands are signing them because because of their creativity. The same thing is going to happen in the writing space. By writing the book, by publishing your books, you'll be on Billboard. Brands want to associate with you. That's okay. Banks want to use you as their face, and all of that. So that's the idea. We want to make authors famous and then thereby attract the right and deserving attention that they need. And of course, they're being paid what they really deserve. Yeah. So what it all be?
Are there avenues for grants, not primarily from Worital, but not from the government and, some? Are there grants for the creative sector, especially writing and all of that? Not necessarily entertainment, not necessarily music, but the other parts, writing. I know that there's some for film, but for writing.
Yes,
for
there are. There are, a number of it, not just in Nigeria, even, globally. And we are always looking out for opportunities like that. We share it with our authors, and yeah, there are. There are, even though it's not that out there, And that's one thing. Once an industry is now beautiful, investors,
just typically,
you understand, want to come in. And that's what we are trying to do. That, okay, writing the book should be beautiful. People would appreciate it. People would want to come into that space as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so it brings me to this other question. What are the 3 top identifiers of a bestseller?
Okay.
How do you know, this book is going to sell really well?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the first would be the name that the person, the author, has built for maybe himself over the years. For instance, if you are writing on leadership, do we know you to be in that space for years? Have you built exactly? Have you built community? If someone like somebody writes a book on leadership, we know that it will sell because we already respect him. We know him in the space, right? Yeah. So, who are you? What are you known for, right? It's one of the things that would help a book to fly, right? Yeah. So another thing would be the title of the book, right? Yeah. So when I walk into a bookstore and I'm seeing several books, what will call me to your book? Like, why would I pick your book among many other books? The title has to be calling, like you stated earlier about the book, the subtle, not giving an F word, right here. So the book, the title will call you. You just want to pick. Okay, you're curious to know more about what is in the book, right? So the title is important. Then, of course, I can't but say the presentation of the book as well. Right, yeah. The outlook, right? So I have several books here, and they are all dull, and yours is just calling the color and all of that. I want to, yeah, everything is just the font size, the alignment of the graphics and all, right? Yeah, I want to pick it up and look at it, Sometimes you will pick it up and look at it, and you look at the title. Okay, I don't think I need it, but you still want to admire it, right? Yeah. But if calling your attention first, it's a big deal, right? Yeah. So I mentioned the author's
The
name.
name.
Yeah.
You mentioned
The
the. You mentioned the author's
the
name. You
title,
mentioned the
the
title. And the
title,
last
and of
one
course
is
the design
design.
of the book as well. Yeah.
Right.
I think if I want to say any other one, I would say about the book at the back and about you. A lot of authors they don't pay
That's the
attention to.
forward?
Not even the forward, yeah. Yeah, the forward can help with the name. You can connect the forward with the name. So if I write a book on leadership now and I have a Sam at DME to do the forward, that can affect,
Endorse you.
you understand, it can influence the book sales, right? Yeah, so you can connect that with it. Then the back, I'm talking about the back now. So because if I walk into a bookstore, I check the front, I look at I want to flip to the back to read about the book and about the author. Why should I buy this book, right? Yeah.
And
So
who else even talked about?
who
you?
else, yeah, we call it blobs, right? Yeah. So you want to put all of those things at the back. A lot of authors don't even know that it affects or influences buying decision. That is the back about the book. They are just focused on the content in the inside, right? Yeah. About the book, when you get into a bookstore, you check about the book. There's no way, especially if you don't know the author before, or if you've not heard about the book before, you want to read about it before you make that buying decision. Yeah.
It's interesting. It just makes us understand that talent is not enough. So you can be a well-talented writer and your content is so amazing, but then the other basics that you were thinking is just, it's just flamboyant. Could
Yeah,
just be that clincher
exactly.
that you need to. Okay, so one of the words out there is as an upcoming writer, because you're not yet known as an authority figure. So you're called a hungry writer because you're just writing. Yes, you're writing everywhere, but where's the money? At the end of the day. So what one word of advice or encouragement would you give to an upcoming writer?
What's one word? I would say build your audience. Be intentional about it. And social media has made it so easy for anybody to start from nowhere and get somewhere, right? Yeah. So if, for instance, now I want to write a book on, or I want to write a book on business. What business have I built? You understand, right? You want to write a book about how to cook. So the other day we worked with Zelicious, right? Yeah. So Zelicious, for instance, is already known to be a cook.
A chef, yeah.
You understand? So she has built the audience, right? Yeah. So that way, it's easier for her to publish a book, and the audience are already eager to buy the book, right? So you are there. You want to write a book. First, build your audience, right? And be consistent on social media. Let us know you to be good at that thing before you write a book about it. And if you are a fiction writer as well, you should be putting out your content, and we already know that this person is good. We already have a taste. We can connect that with this Aboki and Suya stuff, right? Yeah. So when you get to a Suya spot, they first give you something to taste, right? Yeah. So that's the idea. So once you taste it,
That's if the Aboki is generous.
you think they are generous, right? But it's a strategy. Yeah. We already know what to expect, right? So if we don't know
5,000 words of Suya.
yeah, exactly, and you end up buying so they know how to. So you can use the same strategy. Build your audience first before you decide to write a book. It's easier that way. So that this guy is already waiting.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fola.
Thank you too for having me.
It's really been interesting.
Thank you so much.
I wish you well. I wish Worital well.
Thank
Even with
you.
the upcoming, launch that will be happening in October.
Yeah, it's October.
I
Yeah.
hope it's amazingly explosive.
Yeah.
for you in a
Thank you
good way.
so much.
And Worital at the top.
Thank
That's all
you.
that we're looking
Thank
out
you.
for. All right, so for you, our Thav TV viewer, hope you have enjoyed this interview. And if you're an upcoming writer, remember, be consistent, build your community. It would really help. And follow the right sources as well, because you never can tell who is there looking at your work, especially if you're good at what you do. The sky is just your starting point. So from me to you, this is Thav TV. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more of our content to come. Bye for now.